Hi guys, John Richards here. Hope you're having a great day. Hey, on this video, I'm going to share with you how to cope with ADHD without medication. You know, I've had more than one person point out to me over my life that I have ADHD. I mean, I'm all over the place. I can remember when I was a kid, I would talk to my mom, and for long she'd get this blank stare in her eyes, and I'd say, what's wrong? She says, what are you talking about? Because I've already changed subjects 3 or 4 times, and I'm always on Facebook, and I'm always on email, just like a lot of you are. So a few years back, I reached out to a lady, and I've taken Adderall, and Adderall, for me, it's not the way. Yeah, I can focus, but you can't be creative, you can't do videos. I tried it. It doesn't work. So I decided to eliminate that from my life. But a few years back, I was looking online for a life coach that specializes in ADHD. And I paid her an enormous amount of money for a very short time. But what she taught me was life-changing. And I've used it to this day, and it's why I've been so productive, and it's how I've been successful in my life. And what she taught me, she says, John, what you need to do is you need to create routines. You need to do the same thing every day, at the same time. And, so and then just so happened, and time blocked that in basically, and just so happened I was taking a training program with Darren Hardy at that time called Insane Productivity, and he talked about something called a jam session. So what I do to create these routines is I sit and I create what I call my ideal schedule for the week, and I do that on Sundays, and it's usually the same schedule. I may put different things into time blocks. And what a time block is guys, is when you block out time to do certain tasks, okay? But they're usually the same time of day. So, like my time block starts at 4 in the morning, and I usually do 90-minute blocks. It's called a jam session, and all the high achievers use this same process. They focus for 90 minutes, and then they take a 30-minute break. Then they focus for 90 minutes, then they take a 30-minute break, and that's called sprint and recover, because you can't go more than 90 minutes, because then your willpower goes in the trough and you lose your motivation and you're not wanting to do anything. So going longer is not really helpful. And the average person is only productive for 4 hours a day. So what I do is I time block. So 4 o'clock to 5:30 is my morning routine. And then I script out that. I make sure I script that morning routine out, okay? Then I usually take a 30-minute break. Then I leave for the gym, and I usually work out for 90 minutes, okay? Then I take a break, okay? So that's from 6 to 7:30 in the morning, and then from 7:30 until 9, I allow myself a break there where I can come home, I can shower, get something to eat if I want, just sit and relax and take it easy for a little bit. And then from 9 and 10 till 10:30 is my next block, okay? And then what I do from 10:30 to 11, I do some motivation. I listen to some great audio. I take a break from the computer or whatever I'm doing, and I take a break, okay? Then from 11 to 12:30, I have another block, okay? And then from 12:30 till 2, I allow myself a lunch, okay? I take a lunch, I take a nap. I just really get myself rejuvenated, because I've been up since 4, right? And I'm being very productive with this. I'm going to share with you exactly what I do in those time blocks here in just a second, so hang on. Okay, then I go back at 3:30, or no, at 2 o'clock. I do another block of 2 to 3:30. Okay, and that's really my last really productive block of the day. I try to do at least 4.5 hours of productive time during the day. Okay, so from 2 to 3:30, then 3:30 to 4, I take another break. And then usually from 4 to 5 to 4 to 5:30, I wrap my day. I do maybe some what I call chaos stuff that I didn't get done during the day, I do then, And here's how I plan what I want to do that day. Okay, I always have goals. Okay, I have 3 outcome goals for the year, and I usually have 3 process goals for each outcome goal. You need to watch some of my other videos and how I show you my goal setting system, which really works well. It's new age, and it's not like strategies and tactics and all that stuff. It's really good stuff. So make sure you go to my YouTube channel, subscribe like I told you, and you'll get some access to that stuff. But anyway, so what I do when I wrap my day, usually from 5 to 5:30, I have that blocked into my calendar, because if it's not blocked, I won't do it. okay? But if it's blocked, I've like made a commitment to myself or somebody else. You see what I'm saying? That's why these time blocks really work, okay? So what I do is I sit down at the, before I quit my day, I said, okay, what's the one thing I can do tomorrow such that by doing it, everything else is easier or unnecessary, okay? And I write that down, okay? Then if I get that done, what's the one thing I can do? These are my lead dominoes. These are the things that are going to make the most movement in my day. These are usually income-producing activities, okay? I don't do just crap, clean off my desk and all that, whatever. I mow the yard on the weekends just like everybody else, okay? Then I write down a second thing. Then I write down a third thing. Those are my 3 important things for tomorrow, okay? There's something called channel capacity that you can only handle 3 things in your mind at a time. So don't write down 20 things. Do I do more than that? Well, sure. Okay, but I'm really focused in on those 3 things, okay? Then I take those 3 things and I identify what's the one must. I have to get this done. That's my one thing. I have to get that done tomorrow. Once I've identified that, I said, okay, how much time is that going to take? And I'm not exact on this, okay? Let's say it's going to take me 60 minutes. I might allow myself 90 minutes. I block that into one of the time blocks on my ideal calendar. You see what I'm saying? Okay, then I go to the second thing, I do the same thing. And the third thing, I do the same thing. So I'm really focused on 3 important things for the day, but one of those, I don't care if all hell breaks loose, I'm going to get that one done. That's my must. That's the one thing I got to get done. So let's think about this. Let's say for the next 90 days you did this. Think about the results you would have. Because the problem with ADHD, guys, and how to deal with it without medication is you have to have structure. You have to have a routine. Because what happens is we get distracted. If you allow room for distraction, you're going to have distraction. All of a sudden, I'm answering the phone. Well, that's another thing. I don't ever answer the phone. I let it go to voicemail. Okay, I learned this from Darren Hardy too. He said he hasn't answered the phone in 10 years. Okay, so basically, lets it go to voicemail. You hear the voicemail, then you can create instead of react. When I answer the phone, it's their problem, right? But it may be something I want to deal with, and people don't expect you to answer the phone every time. Let it go to the voicemail, okay? Go in, listen to voicemail, create your plan of action, what you're going to talk to them about, okay? And that's one of the things, big ones here. Always have a process for how you want to do things. I have a process for how I create my ideal week. I have a process for how I plan my next day. I have a process for how I execute. I have a process for my morning routine. I have a process for my end-of-the-day routine. This sounds like a lot, I know, but this will keep you from doing the medication, because the medication, it keeps you focused, but sometimes you're focused unproductively, in my opinion. So that's how you deal with ADHD without medication. That's how you cope with it. Because ADHD, a lot of us has got it. And we don't know how to control it. So now they give us medication, which is just speed, and it's kind of weird. Anyway, so if you like this video, make sure you tell me you liked it. Make sure you comment, tell me what your thoughts are, how you're coping with your ADHD, because I know a lot of people have it. Hey, make sure you subscribe to my YouTube channel. Click the link, click the bell notification on the side. That'll make sure you get notifications of all my future videos. I am doing 90 videos in the next 90 days. A lot of things like this on process and how to get results you're looking for in your life. How to go from average to exceptional without a lot more work. A lot of people think it's this big giant thing. It's not. It's being able to get yourself to do the hard things first, okay? And then moving forward. Hey, go out and make it an awesome day today, guys. We'll talk soon. See you on the next video. Thank you.